Right, I am going to draw this, and you know that is foramen magnum, and I am going to draw this, and you know that is mastoid process, and as we agreed, it's the same diameter, so we keep the same diameter and draw these two plates in front. One plate, the first plate and the second plate. So there are two plates guarding this nasal aperture. One is medial, the other one is lateral. Shall we call these pterygoid plates? Pterygoid starting with the P, with P. P, T, E, R, Y, G, O, I, D. So you have two pterygoid plates. One is medial pterygoid plate, the other one is lateral pterygoid plate. Now I am going to go along the pterygoid plate, the medial pterygoid plate. If you go up, in fact, if you put the skull like that, you have to go down. Pterygoid plates are like that, so you go down. If you keep the base up, then you have to go up. Then it ends up with a small, how do you call it? Like a rod. Like a rod. It's in the medial pterygoid plate, and that place is called pterygoid hamulus. Pterygoid hamulus. So pterygoid hamulus, medial pterygoid plate, and you can go to the base of the skull. There you see, you end up with a foramen, large foramen, which is called foramen lacerum. Foramen lacerum. So hamulus, medial pterygoid plate, and the foramen lacerum. Alright, here you have the pterygoid tubercle, and this is the foramen lacerum. So if you go into the foramen lacerum, look front, then you enter the pterygoid canal, which leads into the pterygopalatine fossa. Alright, we'll forget about that for the time being. So here you have the pterygoid tubercle, and here you have the mastoid process. Shall we draw a line? And this is towards the foramen lacerum. From the mastoid process to the pterygoid tubercle, we draw a line. And you start walking from the mastoid process towards the pterygoid tubercle. Here you go, start walking about 1/3 of the distance, stop and see what you feel, what you see. You see a big coconut tree standing there, and that tree is called the styloid process. Styloid process. When you see that, you look at the root of the coconut tree towards your feet. Then you see a hole. In fact, that is between the styloid and the mastoid. So shall we call that foramen stylomastoid foramen? Yes, it is stylomastoid foramen. Take a breath, start walking again. Another 1/3 of the way, stop there and see what you can see. Just observe. You see a small tree. Shall we call it a palm tree? A short palm tree. And that is your spinous process. Your spinous process. This is your styloid process and this is your spinous process. Like you did here, look at the base of the spinous process. Look at the root of the palm tree. And what do you see there? In fact, there is another small foramen covered by this spinous process. So appropriately, shall we call it foramen spinosum? Foramen spinosum. Little anterior to the foramen spinosum, maybe little medial, anteromedially, you see a big foramen like that, which you can't miss it because of its shape. It's truly oval in shape. It's truly oval in shape. You can't miss it. That landmark is straightforward. Anyone can identify. And that is foramen ovale. Foramen ovale. All that is in the sphenoid bone. Greater wing of the sphenoid bone. And then you see the big foramen lacerum.